Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. The NFL is always full of surprises, but right now, there's a buzz that could genuinely shake up the NFC East, and it involves none other than Jaylen Waddle, the electrifying wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins. Rumors are swirling that Waddle might be on his way to Washington, and if it happens, it could be one of the most impactful trades we've seen in recent years. The word on the street, coming from some pretty reliable sources like ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and other insiders, suggests that the Dolphins are open to trading Waddle in exchange for a couple of valuable draft picks, specifically a second-rounder in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027. That's a substantial package, and it signals how highly they value the idea of rebuilding or reshaping their roster, perhaps focusing more on younger players or cap flexibility. Now, let's break down what this means for Washington. Waddle, who's only 25 years old, has already established himself as one of the league's most explosive and dynamic receivers. Two-time Pro Bowler, with a career so far boasting 412 catches for over 678 yards and 38 touchdowns, Waddle is the kind of player who can stretch defenses and create big plays out of thin air. His yards after catch, YAC, is a remarkable 4.8 yards per reception, and he's known for his ability to make contested catches, about 42% of his targets, making him a true threat in the red zone and on third downs. His speed, combined with his route running, makes him a nightmare for defenses, especially in the open field or when he's asked to beat man coverage deep. In the context of the Commanders' offense, Waddle would bring a much-needed element of vertical threat and explosive plays. Currently, the team leans heavily on Terry McLaurin, who's been fantastic and is arguably one of the most underrated receivers in the league, but adding Waddle would elevate the entire passing game. Imagine a duo that could combine for over 900 yards, with an 18% boost in EPA per target and a significant increase in red zone efficiency, up by 23%. The chemistry between Waddle and McLaurin could transform Washington's offense into one of the most dangerous in the NFC. The numbers tell a compelling story. Waddle's career PFF grade of 84.5 ranks him in the top 10 among receivers, and his ability to create separation, averaging 2 yards of separation per route, means defenses would have to pick their poison. Meanwhile, the Commanders' offensive line, which has been improving but still has room to grow, would have a more versatile weapon to complement their existing core. The team's cap space, with around $25 million available, provides some flexibility to incorporate Waddle's contract, which, considering his age and production, could be structured to be team-friendly. Plus, with the Dolphins focusing on a rebuild, a trade makes sense for them, especially if they're eyeing other young talents or draft picks to accelerate their rebuild process. Now, the impact of acquiring Waddle isn't just about adding another receiver. It's about transforming the entire offense and potentially the team's playoff outlook. When you look at the current stats, the Commanders are sitting at a 3-6 record, which isn't where they want to be, but the addition of a player like Waddle could be the spark they need to turn things around. His ability to generate big plays and extend drives would help improve their third down conversion rate, which currently hovers around 39.4%, and push their points per game, right now at about 22.3, closer to the league's top teams. But it's not just about Waddle's individual talent. His presence would also open up opportunities for other players, including Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel. The defense would have to respect the passing game even more, which could lead to more opportunities for the secondary and pass rush to generate pressure. And with the team's current trajectory, adding a weapon like Waddle could be the difference maker to push Washington into the postseason, especially if they can capitalize on the increased offensive production and improve their situational football. Let's not forget the NFC playoff picture. The Commanders, currently sitting at 3-6, are in a bit of a bind, but a boost in their offense could be the catalyst for a late-season surge. Their Super Bowl odds, which were at +10.0 just a few weeks ago, have been trimmed to around +4,500, reflecting a slight uptick in confidence from the betting markets. Waddle's presence could accelerate that movement, transforming Washington from a long shot to a legitimate wildcard contender. It's the kind of move that could energize the team and the fan base alike. Of course, there are skeptics. Some analysts point out that the Dolphins, who are 3-6 themselves and struggling with offensive line issues, might prefer to hold on to Waddle as they rebuild. But given their current cap situation and the fact that they've scored just 224 points so far this season, they might see the value in acquiring draft capital to accelerate their rebuild. Meanwhile, the Commanders, with their cap space and needs at the receiver position, could see this trade as a win-win. They're betting on Waddle's elite speed and playmaking ability to elevate their offense to new heights. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Waddle's addition would not only boost the offense, but could also have a ripple effect on the team's overall confidence and game plan. His ability to stretch the field would open up more opportunities for other playmakers and create mismatches that defenses simply can't handle. His contested catch rate of 42% proves he's reliable even in tight coverage, and his average depth of target makes him a true home run hitter. For Washington fans, envision Waddle lining up in the slot or on the outside, running past defenders with ease, turning short routes into 50-yard gains, and electrifying FedEx Field every Sunday. In terms of team strategy, acquiring Waddle aligns perfectly with the Commanders' current philosophy: speed, explosiveness, and a focus on big plays. With a revamped offense centered around these explosive weapons, Washington could become one of the league's most unpredictable teams. And considering their division rivals, like the Eagles and Cowboys, are always a threat, having a weapon like Waddle could be the edge they need to finally break through and make a real playoff run. Looking ahead, the trade could also be a signal of Washington's aggressive approach in this season's trade deadline. If they pull it off, it would send a clear message to the rest of the league. The Commanders are not just in it to compete, they're here to contend. With the NFC East being as competitive as ever, every move counts, and acquiring a player like Waddle could be the strategic shift that propels Washington into the postseason and perhaps beyond. Now I want to hear from you, the passionate fans. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Waddle would be the difference maker for the Commanders? How do you see him fitting into the team's offense and overall strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This season is far from over, and with moves like this on the horizon, the future looks brighter than ever for our beloved team.